Hello YouTube, and welcome to another general vlog video. Today is a video that I don't want to do. I don't know if I should do it. I know I definitely don't want to do it. But you guys will be seeing a video coming up here of me washing a dog. And I know I'm going to get questions about it. Why I was washing the dog and what I mentioned of washing the dog. So I'm going to give you kind of a little backstory on that and kind of catch you up into what's going on in my life. Um, no, I don't need sympathy or anything of that nature. I don't need nothing. I just feel like I need to share it. Excuse me. So I'll try to do this. I don't want to say emotionless, but less emotions. So one of the two things I need to apologize for, first and foremost, is I do have my phone down here. I'm texting, and you'll understand why here in just a minute. And if things get too rough for me, then I'm going to hit pause. So you might be seeing a lot of hand going here, hand going there, you know. So, and I've got my coffee back here with me. That's still extremely hot. So I just want to give you a little backstory on what that is. My stepmom of over 40 years is passing away. Um, Hospice is going to be bringing her home tomorrow and staying with her until she peacefully passed. So that being said, the whole dog issue, I know I didn't do it right, and I know I didn't do it the way that you would do it, but I did the best I could. Under the circumstances, I tried to get somebody else to do this, a professional. They didn't have time. They didn't want to hear my story, nothing. So she should be home tomorrow. We're hoping 9, 10, no later than 11 o'clock. Hospice is going to have the ambulance transport. It's about 30 some miles. They're bringing in their own bed. I'm not really sure why. I guess because she just had a normal bed. It did have the rails and stuff she could get in and out of bed with, but it wasn't raising up hospital bed. Anyways, they're bringing in that. But then they're bringing in the same air makeup unit for her oxygen or whatever it's for that we have. I guess they just provide everything, and that's just the way that they do it. I don't ask a whole lot of questions about stuff like that. I have more important questions to ask. So anyways, let me give you a rundown on it. So you'll kind of know. Like I said, she's been my stepmother since 1978, 79. I was just a little bitty dude. Well, I can go ahead and tell you, I was 8 or 9 years old. It's so, I'm 49 years old now, and so she's been my stepmother almost 41 years. Be coming up here soon. So even though I had a mother that passed away about 12, 13 years ago, well, no, I'm sorry, probably about 10 or 11 years ago, I'll just say her name, Ree. Her real name is Armella Marie, and Armella, nobody's hardly ever heard of that name. And when she was young, people started calling her Ree, Ree, short for Marie. Anyways, now that we've got that backstory said, she, the only thing that she really ever had wrong with her, now I'm talking probably 18, 19 years ago, was bad back. And, that's basically about it. Now, did she have some other problems maybe that I didn't know about? Sure, I don't ask a whole lot of questions, like I said before. I do know at one time she had breast cancer, and they were able to either radiate it or remove it. They didn't do a mastectomy, but anyways, that was all taken care of. She's been misdiagnosed a lot of different times. At one time, she was having to give herself insulin shots, and then come to find out she wasn't a diabetic. She had just ate a bunch of sugar before she went in, or a piece of cake or something. But she told them, and still they said, "Oh, your numbers are off the chart. You're a diabetic," and come to find out she never was. So, everybody has to deal with little stuff like that. So basically, and I don't remember exact, so I'm going to give you just about 4 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, she had already knew that her kidneys were starting to fail. And that someday, she'd have to go on dialysis. Now, she started learning this probably about 7 or 8 years ago. So 4 or 5 years, give or take, she had to start dialysis 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Still a very vibrant and healthy woman at the time. She was probably 70-ish, 69, 70, maybe even 71, thereabouts. Drove herself to dialysis and home every day. Didn't want anybody else to do it. My dad offered a million times. No. One time it snowed a little more than she was comfortable driving in, and she had him take her. Other than that, no. She wanted to do it on her own. So basically what had happened is my dad had retired about in 2003, 4, 5. Once again, I don't know exact dates. And they were snowbirds. They've always had a vacation home in Florida for as long as I can remember. And they spent all my dad's vacations there, which he's retired from there, so he got a lot of vacation. So then after he retired, they started going down there basically 4, 5, 6 months out of the year. Well, with her doing dialysis, she wasn't comfortable with doing that anymore. Still very healthy woman, mind you. I mean, at 69, 70, 71 years old, she was as healthy as you could ask for at that time, other than dialysis. So my dad tried to go to Florida one winter by himself. He made it about 2, 3, 4 weeks at the most. He had to come back home. He didn't like it without her. So everything was pretty good. I mean, this is a woman that still went shopping. If you didn't know that she went to dialysis 3 times a week, you would never know. No other major health problems. Then she started having some heart problems and other problems. Yeah, I don't pretend to even remember what all it was. Like I said, she was misdiagnosed many times. She was over-medicated many times. She was wrongfully medicated where 2 medicines didn't meet. She's had a rough life with all this. So basically, the dialysis seemed to be wearing on her a little bit, I guess. I'm not really sure. But I know at one time, once again, I'm making up years because I don't remember, probably about 3 years ago, she slipped in the backyard and fell, she had a cat in one arm trying to get one of her dogs. Not the one that I had given a bath to, but the other one, the Chihuahua. And somehow she slipped and she broke her shoulder. She really started to go downhill after that. It wasn't because of that, I don't think. It was just chain of events of what happened. And then shortly after that, very shortly after that, she had a medication issue. And I mean, we'll just say it the way it is. No, I mean, you guys are family, right? She overdosed. She didn't know. She was starting to get a little, I don't want to say senile, and I don't want to say there's another one, dementia, because she had never been diagnosed with it. But she basically had forgot that they had her on Oxycontin, of course, because she had a little pain in her shoulder, and they got to put her on the worst thing that they possibly can. And I may have to get up, turn the heat down. It's getting hot in here. So she basically took 2 or 3 doses, forgetting that she had taken the others, and so they had to take her out in an ambulance, and it wasn't her fault. I mean, it wasn't like she purposely did it. She just forgot that she had done it. And anyways, then, we get her back, and her shoulder's getting a little bit better now. She couldn't raise it up, but about to there. But she could use everything. She could still drive. She was walking. She was, always dressed decently when she had to go out. Makeup, hair, nice clothes, the whole 9 yards. She was still doing great. And then she started having problems with her heart. And I was worried that it could be medication, or over medicated, or under medicated, or wrong kind of medicine. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. No, I'm just joking. I don't even play one on TV. So basically, they talked her into, or told her, that they needed to be able to go through her neck, through her stomach, through her legs. They needed to be able to go in and clean these arteries out that lead to your heart. What happened was, after she had this major procedure, she was in the hospital for quite a while, and they were just making sure everything was all right. Maybe it didn't go right. I don't remember exactly what it was, but her right, let's see, no, I'm sorry, her left leg was, or was it her right? No, it's her left leg. Had started turning black from about the knee down. And of course, everybody's got concern, what could it possibly be, blah, 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 blah. And the doctor basically just said what happened was we broke plaque loose in her arteries, and that plaque can go anywhere in her body and clog. Well, I'm thinking it could have went to her brain. It could have went, could have been deadly instantly. So before she even got out of the hospital, they had to amputate her left leg. And they were talking about at one time amputating her right foot at least. They didn't. They ended up just amputating part of the toes. This was all caused because, and they basically, when she went in there, they told her, if you don't get this procedure done, you're only going to last about 5 years or so. That was 9 months ago. So through losing her leg, losing her toes, just medical problem after medical problem after medical problem, dialysis is no longer working. She's bleeding on the interior of her stomach, capillaries or whatever it is in there, just busting. And so they basically told her that dialysis is no longer helping. It's making it worse, maybe. So she made the decision that since she's getting a lot worse, that she's done with dialysis. She made that decision on her own Wednesday. She refused dialysis. The doctor had already told her that you're fading fast. So they sent her to the nursing home, which is really close to here. And I thought she was doing better. She was a weak. She wouldn't admit to anybody that she was weaker, but you could tell that she was weaker. A little hard to set up, but I thought she was on her way to recovery. I had already started meal plans for her. I was going to cook here and help heart healthy, no sodium, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, all of this and all of that. She was getting better. I mean, I had already went out and bought stuff. I had bought utensils that I needed to use that would make it easier on me. And then all of a sudden, my dad says, hey, they had to ship her to Bellefontaine Hospital, which is a Band-Aid station. They can't do anything there. So they took her from the hospital to St. Rita's Hospital. That's where she's at now. And they just basically said she's not going to make it. So the doctor recommended hospice to come in. She's in hospice care in the hospital now. They're going to bring her home. They don't really think she'll last over a week. This was Wednesday, yesterday, when I had heard this, and they didn't give her until next week, next Wednesday. So she's coming home tomorrow. They've got her off of all of her tubes, no dialysis. Hospice is doing the best they can to manage what pain she has, which I think really is just basically her back right now. She's able to watch TV. She's able to speak somewhat. And it's hard to think to know that and think that she's not going to make it. But they're pretty confident in knowing that she's not going to make it. So anyways, that is the backstory of the dog. She got 2 dogs. Now, Pepper had already been bathed. And Pepper's a short hair. She's easy to do. Candy's long hair. We wanted her fluffy. We wanted her white on her body to be white. To say... to say her sorry about that. Anyways, to say her final goodbyes. And what makes me mad is you can't find anybody anymore to help you in a pinch. I didn't want anybody to do this for free. 35, 40, 50 bucks, whatever it cost. But let's get it done now because it's important. Or let's get it done early in the morning. Everybody's booked. So anyways, I did it myself. I didn't do it great. I think she turned out. Yeah, I think she turned out beautiful. But I may not have used the right processes to do it. So please overlook that. So that'll make you angry. And other things, which we've never talked about. And I'm not going to do another video tonight. I mean, look, I haven't even changed shirts in 2 days. And this is, not only that, this is a holy shirt. I mean, it's got holes everywhere and a little piece of plastic up here. And anyways, it's been hectic. We had to get the house cleaned out today for hospice to come in and have room. We've got a lot of family members coming in and everything. And that's what I'm doing over here with the texting, is being able to text everybody, answer what questions I can. I'm behind the scenes. She has 4 kids that are my stepbrothers and sisters. Even though we've been brothers and sisters for over 40 years, they are still her natural kids. I kind of let them control everything. I do behind the scenes. I help clean the house. I help cook. I'll help bathe the dog. I'm there for my dad to help him. My dad's 76 years old, 78 years old, something like that. And, he needs help just as well as anybody else. I mean, my dad and me moved a china cabinet yesterday, and then, a freezer, a deep freeze. Here I am having to depend on my 70-some-year-old father to help me do this, but he didn't have a problem doing it. I mean, he can do. You ought to see the handicap ramp that he built. It's awesome by himself. I built the first one. It wasn't good enough. It would have been good enough. We just didn't make it long enough, like I wanted to in the beginning. So, Dad, if you're watching this, and you don't, but if you do, remember I told you we needed to go longer. So, anyways, I built the first one. It was cold. Matter of fact, ground was still frozen. Last year, waiting for her to come home after getting her leg amputated. Anyways, he did all that by himself and put a roof over it, just all kinds of stuff. So, and then we got other issues, like my dad, years ago, many years ago, way before I ever got married, years before I ever got married, my dad bought the house that was mine from my sister. And basically, I paid a lot of it off, probably 3/4 of it off. And my dad decided to gift me with the remainder balance of it, so I could be there in these times, uh, in his elderly age and my stepmom's elderly age. Um, and then the courts give it to my ex. I don't understand that. She's not entitled to that. That was a gift. Uh, and what I did have of it before was way before her. She basically had a crooked. Yeah, I don't want to say anything to get myself in trouble, but basically the judge, the magistrate that presided over everything, got fired, and he now works for her lawyer. Conflict of interest, right? And a little bit weird. I couldn't even get a marital vehicle. At one time, there was 9 vehicles over there. I couldn't even get one. Yeah, it's we don't even want to get into that. But basically, here's my deal. I can't even comfortably go to my children and say, I want you guys to go over and tell Grandma goodbye. Uh, and we know there would be a lot more to that story than that. I just don't want to go into it. But I can't. Well, I have, but basically now my ex is going to hoard into it. The family don't want to see her, and she doesn't understand that. But, you know, she's going to have to make her scene over there, which is going to make it rough on me. It's going to make it rough on the family. It's going to make family uncomfortable. She doesn't care about anything like that. So I got that. I mean, she's right next door to my dad. I've got that to deal with. And, you know, her boyfriends that are living with her, or I don't know. You guys don't know who she is. I'm not going to mention any names. You know, I have to go there to take care of my elderly parents. They gave me the house while her and her boyfriend swim in my pool. I have a hard time with that. But that's not what you guys are here for. I just wanted to give you a backstory on my stepmom. And please forgive me on the dog. You know I used human shampoo and human cream rinse. And did I have dog shampoo? Yes, I'm sorry, I do. And my dad does too. But I wanted her a certain smell, and I wanted her a certain fluffiness that I can only get out of human shampoo and conditioner. And it does not hurt her a bit. She's had that a lot throughout her life. My stepmom was the greatest at keeping this dog clean. Like once, twice a week, she got a bath. So I just wanted to give you a rundown. That's what's going on through my life. I'm still going through the divorce. The magistrate got fired. Of course, I lost everything. Imagine that. Everything. The woman had nothing. She never even worked. Yes, she did take care of kids, but I did too. But, yeah. And then she ended up walking. So, at the time, I couldn't afford a lawyer. You know, they set me out. She still keeps most of my tools for my business. My company truck's sitting over there on that property. Yeah, it was really rough. So I finally scrimped up every dime that I could, beg, borrow, and steal. No, I didn't really steal anything, but beg and borrow from everybody I know, and I was able to get a lawyer. I don't know if the lawyer's going to be able to help me or not. But I asked for shared parenting of my children, and the judge actually said I never asked. But yet, I had to spend $1,400 on transcripts for the whole court case. Not only did I ask for shared parenting, the magistrate and I both talked about this at least 15, 20 minutes at a time, 5 different times. And it's all right there in that transcript. But yet his final outcome says I never asked. So he's a liar. And that, he got fired. And there's a reason that he got fired. And now he's working with her lawyer that's defending her against me. Yeah, I don't like it. But that's not why I'm here. With any luck and a whole lot of dang money, I'll get my house back. Now, yeah, this is where my anger comes in. Because I honestly think, had the courts let me have my house back, when I told them, I even had papers and everything proving that my dad gave me the house. and that he did this. He took a mortgage out on his own home to give me a free and clear deed to be able to take care of them in their elderly age. And I clearly think, had the courts gave me my house back when I asked for it, my stepmom would not be dying right now. Because I would have been there to be able to take charge. I would have been able to ask the doctors the right questions. I would have been able to use my knowledge and my common sense to say, hey, let's try this, let's do this. Not saying I'm smarter than a doctor. By no means I'm not. But I know her better than they know her. And I just think if I'd have been there to help nurture her back to health, if I'd have been there to watch what she ate, make sure that she didn't eat anything bad for her heart and stuff, I think she would not be dying. So, all in all, when it comes down to it, I haven't really thought about it until just now, but yes, I do. I blame my ex for my stepmother dying. I know that's not right, because anybody that's dying, you're always going to look for an scapegoat, and maybe that's mine. But I know that the judge or the magistrate and the court systems, of course, it only went to the magistrate. It's already been proved that he was wrong because he was fired. And, they owe me a lot. But I'm not here to talk about that. I don't know that I will ever get into the whole divorce. Okay, real quick. We're at 26:49. Man, this is going to be a screwed up video. I take 50 to 65% fault in the divorce. It takes two to tango, and it takes two to walk away. So I accept that responsibility. It was as much my fault for the divorce as it was hers. Was there any cheating or anything like that? No. But I'm strict on children. I have bedtimes. I have chores that kids need to do. If you're doing something wrong, I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong. I may not be calm when I tell you what you did wrong. And if you do it again, yes, I'm gonna ground you from your cell phone. I'm that type of person. I don't care if you don't agree with me or not. That's the type of person I chose to raise my children. She's not like that. They have no rules. They have no nothing. But anyways, I take 50 to 65% of the fault of the divorce. It's everything that happened after that. Like I said, I couldn't get the courts to give me a marital vehicle. They granted me my tools back for my business. She still never gave them back to me, not all of them. I filed contempt of courts, several of them. The last paper said there's like 6 or 8 of them that I filed. She didn't listen to anything the court said. Of course, she said it was her lawyer. But it doesn't matter. I was overlooked on so many things that is 100% illegal. They based my income, or they based my child support on income that I didn't even have. He said, I don't want to get into it. Anyways, the paper in front of him said I made X amount of dollars the year before that. I didn't do my taxes. She did. I kind of questioned it a little bit. I thought, wow, I thought I made more than that. And he said, oh, you think you did? Well, what do you think you made? I said, I don't know. Well, how do you not know? I said, Your Honor, when they set me off my property for the divorce, because she filed first, she got the property temporarily. Anyways, they didn't give me any paperwork, no nothing. I couldn't prove anything. And I didn't know any numbers right off the top of my head. She did the taxes. Anyways, they based my child support on not a fictitious, well, I guess it's fictitious, on a completely made up number. That I don't know if her lawyer made it up, if she made it up, if the magistrate made it up. It was more than I could even make. But bless his heart, he did try to give me my business back. But she wouldn't abide by it and didn't give me everything back. I had no vehicle. Yeah, thanks a lot, magistrate. Thanks a whole lot. He was crooked. He got caught. He got fired. He's now working for her. End of story. I'm not going to rant because I will get very irate over this. So we're into this 30 minutes. This is way longer than I wanted any one of my videos to be. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for anything. I just wanted to kind of give you guys backstory on why the dog got bathed the way that the dog got bathed. And to kind of let you know what's going on in my life. So I'm going to get off of here. Once again, I'm General Vlog Video. Please give us a thumbs up. Like. Please subscribe. It would really mean a lot if you'd subscribe. Click that thumbs up. I think I already said that. Click that bell notification and scroll all the way up to the top, excuse me. And click all so you'll be notified when I post another video. And I promise you they ain't going to be like this. They're going to be good videos. Hey, watch that one of me bathing that dog. Man, she did so good. I had never bathed the dog before, at least not that I can remember. I think I did help one time. Not with her, with another dog. But I've never done it on my own, and she made it so easy. Little sweetheart, she's deaf. But yeah, that's go watch that video, and we will see you guys on the next video. I hope you have a great day, and even better tomorrow, and an awesome night. And we will see you on the next video. And I have nothing cool to say about this video. I might be me, and I'm also still my cameraman. So I got to get up close and personal and poke you in the ear and turn the camera off. You guys have a great night.